Let's take a moment just to feel the anxiety in the heart of this man who approaches Jesus. He doesn't just stroll up and start a casual conversation. The gospel says he ran up to Jesus. And falling at his feet, probably with tears in his eyes and a tormented heart, he asks him, "What must I do to inherit eternal life?" Now, it's a bit of an odd question. Normally, an inheritance is given. It's not earned or won, but given to someone dear to the giver. And so, in essence, what this man is asking is, what must I do to become dear to the heart of God? What do I have to do to show that I'm worthy of belonging to the family of God? How much do I have to do to gain his love? It's a heart-wrenching question, because the assumption is that he doesn't have that experience now of being loved by God, or something is causing him to doubt his belonging. This is heavy, heavy stuff weighing on the heart of this man. Even though he's been faithful to the law since his youth, he still feels it, this doubt and uncertainty about whether he is really loved by God. And this doubt can plague all of us at various moments in our lives. We can be crippled by it. Does God really love me? Have I done too many bad things for him to care for me? Have I gone too far for him to pull me back? It's all in that question. All of our anxiety about where we stand now with God and where we will end up when we leave this world, all of it is wrapped up in that one question: what must I do to inherit eternal life? What do I have to do to be worthy of being called your child? But the problem is that the question is backwards. As long as we ask the question in that way, as long as the approach begins with our doing and not with God's doing, then we will never be satisfied. Because the fact is that we can never do enough. We can never do enough to feel like we have earned God's love. Deacon John spoke last weekend about the workaholic spouse who's always trying to earn the love of their beloved by doing and doing and doing, and all they end up doing is running themselves into the ground with exhaustion. We can never do enough. We can never do enough. And this is why the Christian mentality is so freeing for us. Because salvation is not earned by how much we work. It is not deserved because of how many things we do. It is freely offered and generously given to those who respond to this gift. It starts with God and not with us. And so the question is not, what must I do to inherit eternal life? It's not, what do I have to do to earn your love? It's not, what do I have to do to be your son or daughter and qualify for this inheritance? The question we ought to ask is, how can I follow what God is already doing? What do I have to do to respond to this gift that God is already offering? Look at what Jesus does for this man kneeling in front of him in the sand. He lists the commandments, not because he's testing his righteousness, how good he is, but to point out the fact that it's not enough. This man has followed these commandments since his youth, and it's not enough. And Jesus wants to point this out and put it right in front of him. Look, you can follow all the commandments of the law. You can avoid all the sins. But that's not enough for your happiness or fulfillment. That's not what you're looking for. And so this is why Jesus says to him, look, go sell what you have and give to the poor, and then come and follow me. Because that's what this man needed. Maybe it's different for us, but that's what this man needed in order to let go and follow after Jesus. And this is the great tragedy of this gospel story. Not that he had many possessions, but that he couldn't let them go. Oh, how tragic this is. This is what this man has been looking for. This is why he ran to Jesus. This is why he fell at his feet. This is why he begged him, what do I have to do to inherit eternal life? And Jesus says to him, I'll tell you, let it go and follow me. Let it go and come after me, because what you're looking for, it can't be fulfilled in some work of the law. What you're looking for can't be fulfilled simply by avoiding sins. What you're looking for is present in me. So let go of what you've been dragging with you and come after me. Come follow me. And this man who knows that this is what he needs, this man who knows that this is where his fulfillment lies, this is what will bring him joy and happiness and eternal life, this man who so desperately wanted it and now it's right in front of him, walks away. He walks away sad because he can't let go. Friends, can you feel the tragedy of this gospel story? He cannot let it go, even in the face of what his heart is made for. He can't let go. Ugh, what a tragedy this is. And it sets before us this decision that all of us must face. Do I believe that my happiness, that my fulfillment will come through something else? What is it? What is it? What else is there that can give us salvation? What are we clinging to? Do we think that it's in power, in fame, in pleasure, in relationships, in wealth? What is it? Whatever it is, we can keep clinging to it, and we can hold on to it, and we can refuse to let go, and we can walk away sad. And we can do it over and over again. But we are not made for sadness. We are made for fulfillment, for endless joy, for endless happiness. And there's only one man who can give it to us. And at every Mass, he stands before us. And he says, let it go and come follow me. But it's our choice. Sadness or the fulfillment that we are made for. Friends, we're all wrestling with something, I'm sure. We're all holding on to something maybe that we really struggle to let go of. But let it go. If it's in confession, let it go. If it's in having conversation with friends, let it go. If it's in going in your room and crying until you've got it all out, let it go. Let it go and follow him.